So,
My Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. She's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's going up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's a lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's a lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's going up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's a lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my paying all your legal bills.
okay. So, hello, what's up, mga kapatid, mga ate at kuya, kumusta na kayo? And nagbabalik naman po tayo sa ating segment po, ang ating Under the Law with Kuya sa Batas, Attorney Mox. Right? So, medyo na, no? Medyo marami tayong mga ginagawang mga trip. Marami tayong mga trip ngayon. So, dahil kailangan nating pagpatuloy ang ating pagtuturo sa inyo, ito na po, magbabalik naman po ulit ang inyong Kuya sa Batas. Anyway, topic po natin today is a very short, pero very good siya na case, no? Especially yung mga issue insofar as yung quantum meruit. Ayan. So, may tatanong mo sa quantum meruit, paano ba yan? Paano ba yan, sir? Paano ba yan? So, ang topic po natin is two cases. It's a 2022 case. Merong konting relationship itong dalawa. Pero we are going to talk about yung parang main issue, no? Main issue na insofar as quantum meruit, and also the property that is belong to the state. Alright? So, unahin mo natin yung case ng Central Bay Reclamation and Development Corporation or Central Bay and COA and PRIA. Ayan. It's a 2022 case. Super fresh. Ayan. Okay, so ang topic dito, no, just to give you a little bit context on this issue is that si Central Bay Reclamation, Central Bay for short, at saka si PRIA, nagkaroon sila ng joint venture agreement kung saan magkakaroon sila ng kumbaga si PRIA may ibibigay siyang lupa sa Central Bay. Yan, yun na lang. As very short as that. Now, sabi ng court, bawal. Kasi sabi ng Supreme Court, according sa 1987 Constitution, hindi mo pwedeng ibenta ang isang lupa na pagmamay-ari ng state or lupa. Ang private corporation, hindi niya pwedeng ibigay sa isang private corporation, but pwede siya sa private citizen. So, medyo broad yung concept na yun. Pero yun ang concept niya. Now, nung sabi ng court, bawal yun, okay na. So, hindi na nila tinuloy. Now, dumating sa point na si PRIA nagkaroon ng utang kay Central Bay. Tandaan nyo, yung usapan nila na joint venture na agreement, merong agreement doon sa islands. Yung islands kasi doon kasi may hectares doon na alienable, and the other island, part of the properties in that island is owned by the state. So, ang sabi ng court is, ito pwede, ito hindi pwede. Now, sige, balik na tayo doon sa pwede, no, alienable land. Nagkaroon ng utang si Philippine Reclamation Authority, si PRIA. Nagkaroon si PRIA ng utang, hindi niya mabayaran sa Central Bay. Sabi ni PRIA, eto, ibigay ko sa iyo yung lupa. Yung alienable, yung alienable. Yun. Kumontra yung Commission on Audit. Sabi ng Commission on Audit, bawal yun. Bakit? Kasi pinagbabawal po yan sa 1987 Constitution na kung saan ang isang property ay hindi pwede kailanman ibenta sa isang private corporation maliban sa private citizen. So, ang issue dito, ang lupa ba na pagmamayari ng estate, yun na lang, yung kasi pinag-usapan dito kasi din yung property with property na owned by the state, no? Pag isang lupa na pagmamayari, walang nagmamayari, hindi mo pagmamayari or pagmamayari ng state, pwede mo ba siyang ibenta? Okay. Eto, no? Una sa lahat, nagreklamo ang ating PRIA. Sabi ng PRIA na mukhang nangingialam ating Commission on Audit, no? In this case, sabi ng Supreme Court, no, sa ruling niya, the 1987 Constitution, sabi daw sa 1987 Constitution, has made that the COA the guardian of the public funds, vesting it with broad powers over all accounts pertaining to government revenue and expenditures and the uses of public funds and property, including the exclusive authority to define the scope of its audit and examination, establish the techniques and methods for such review, and promulgate accounting and auditing rules and regulation. So, parang sinabi kasi dito, masyado daw nangingialam daw yung COA daw doon sa agreement ng joint venture or compromise agreement ni PRIA kay Central Bay insofar as yung property na ibibigay ni PRIA kay Central Bay, kaya kasi may utang si PRIA kay Central Bay. Okay? The COA is endowed with enough latitude to determine, prevent, and disallow irregular, unnecessary, excessive, extravagant, and unconscionable expenditures of government fund. Indeed, the court has generally sustained the decisions or resolutions of the COA owing to its constitutional mandate and special knowledge on matters within its powers unless it has clearly acted without or in excess of jurisdiction or with a grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack of excess of jurisdiction. This is actually very common sa Rule 65 sa Rules of Court. But anyway, sabi dito, ang COA ay meron siyang wide latitude to determine, no, at saka mag-disallow ng mga ganong mga agreement, no, kasi yung COA nga, sila daw yung mga guardian ng public funds. More so than not, of course, hinaharangan na yung mga paggamit ng public lands. Ayan, pag-usapan natin yung public lands. Now, third paragraph, specifically, grave abuse of discretion refers to evasion of a positive duty or virtual refusal to perform a duty enjoined by law or to act in contemplation of law, such as when the assailed decision or resolution is not based on the law and evidence but on caprice, whim, and despotism. Petitioner has the burden to prove public respondents' arbitrariness in rendering the assailed decision. Mere reversible error or abuse is not enough. It must be grave abuse of discretion. In this case, there is no grave abuse of discretion when the COA disapproved the compromise agreement. Again, to recall ang compromise agreement, yung PRIA may utang sa Central Bay. Sabi ng PRIA, o eto yung lupa, i-assign ko sa'yo. Ayan. Sabi ng COA, bilang isang membro at guardian ng public funds, hindi namin or i-disapprove namin yung compromise agreement knowing that the property is not yours. Ayan. Kaya nga tanong dito, can you assign what you do not own? Definitely no. Ayan. Pag-usapan natin. Sabi dito, no, again, to continue, in a decision dated on May 23, 2019, the COA disapproved the compromise agreement and ratiocinated that the stipulation to transfer reclaimed land from PRIA to Central Bay's qualified assignee is the circumvention of the court's decision. Bakit? Sinabi na doon sa ating court na bawal mong ibenta o i-assign ang property kasi labag yun sa constitutional prohibition. So, ang pagpilit ng ating PRIA na pagbenta ng lupa na yun is already circumventing the law. Kumbaga, matigas ang ulo mo, gagawa ka pa ng paraan para labag na nga sa batas, hahanap ka pa ng another way para hindi ka daw labag sa batas. But in the eyes of law, it is also a violation, no? Because tawag na circumvention of court's decision. Now, which declared void the amended JVA joint venture agreement, yung una, for violating constitutional prohibition against private corporations from acquiring any kind of alienable land of the public domain except through a lease. Okay, so question, sir, bakit nagka-violation ang Central Bay at PRIA in so far as compromise agreement? Dito, no, according sa isang case ng Strategic Alliance versus Radstock Securities Limited, very the same yung facts of the case. No, ika nga na i-reiterate to sa Central Bay versus PRIA na it is basic that an assignor or seller cannot assign or sell something he does not own at the time of ownership, or the rights to the ownership are to be transferred to the assignee or buyer. Now, clearly, the assignment of the PNCC in this case of the real properties to a nominee to be designated by Radstock is a circumvention of the constitutional prohibition against a private foreign corporation owning lands in the Philippines. Such circumvention renders the compromise agreement void. Okay, so ang ano ba yung contention ng ating COA at ang ating court kung na hindi pwede na ibigay ang isang alienable land owned by private corporation sa another private corporation? So before with that, we are going to talk about nemo dat quod non habet. Ibig sabihin, no one can give what they do not have. Alright. Please take note na itong nemo dat quod non habet, very common to sa mga properties. Example, kung ako, tapos may kapatid ako. Yung kapatid ko, meron siyang property. Tapos yung property, pangalan niya. Dahil akong kuya niya, binenta ko yung lupa niya. So, ano magiging legal basis? I cannot give or I cannot sell what I don't have. That is nebo dat quod non habet. Doon naman sa case naman ng ating JVA, ating Joint Venture Agreement, nagbentahan ang ating Central Bay at saka PRIA kasama ang public land. Public land. So, they cannot sell it kasi cannot give what you do not have. Alright? Sir, ano ba itong public land? Sir, dami yung sinasabi public land. So, sabi sa 1987 Constitution, sa Article 12 on National Economy and Patrimony, no? Please take note of this blue mark, no? Lands of the public domain are classified into agricultural, forest, or timber, mineral lands, and national parks. Agricultural lands of the public domain may be further classified by law according to the uses which they may be devoted. Alienable lands of the public domain shall be limited to agricultural lands. From the word itself, alienable, ang pwede lang, no, mabenta, pwede pang ipang-rent, pwede pang mortgage, pwede pang lease, alienable land, agricultural land. Maliban sa agricultural land, it is owned by the state under Regalian Doctrine. Pero basahin nyo itong blue na mark. Sabi niya dito, private corporations or association may not hold such alienable lands of the public domain except by lease. By lease. Only. Bali, i-rent lang. For a period not exceeding 25 years, renewable for not more than 25 years, and not to exceed 1,000 hectares in area. Citizens of the Philippines may lease not more than 500 hectares or acquire more than 12 hectares thereof by purchase, homestead, or grant. Doon lang sa percentage, sinabi na doon na private corporations or association may not hold such alienable lands by the public domain except by lease. PRIA sold the property to another private corporation, which is Central Bay. From that stand already, or from that facts, violation na po siya ng 1987 Constitution under Section 3 of Article 12. Last, taking into the account the requirements of conservation, ecology, and development, and subject to the requirements of agrarian reform, the Congress shall determine by law the size of the lands of the public domain which may be acquired, developed, or held, or leased, and the condition thereof. This is actually applicable in the case of Republic Act 11573. Republic Act 11573, and also in the case of Republic versus Pasig Rizal Corp. Company. Yeah, company. So please take note of that, no? So, sinabi dito sa last, ito yung parang applicable right now ng Republic Act 11573 at saka yung case ng Republic versus Pasig Rizal Co, in which case may mga public lands na pwede pa rin makuha na alienable, pwede pang mabenta, no? Pero we're not going to talk about that. Doon lang sa blue mark dito sa first sentence, sinabi na dito ang private corporations or associations, hindi po siya may not hold such alienable lands of public domain except by lease. Except lease. Lease lang. Okay. So, ang nangyari dito, sabi ng COA, yes, o nga, acknowledge naman ng ang PRIA na may utang siya sa Central Bay. Pero bawal po na ipa-assign as a way of payment yung public domain na yung land or yung land which they owned na i-transfer niya sa another private corporations. This is very easy, no? So, please take note. Private corporations cannot assign or sell to another private corporations, especially private foreign corporation, any property within the Philippine jurisdiction except by way of lease for a period not exceeding 25 years and renewable for not more than 25 years. Alright. So, of course, tanong naman natin, sir, yung PRIA naman, sir, sila nagmamayari, ba't pa nangingialam ang Pilipinas? Of course, yung sinabi ko nga sa inyo, the properties in the Philippines, general rule is all lands or public, all lands are all owned by the state, no? Alienable lands can be subject for and alienable lands are only applicable to agricultural lands, and other exceptions cited in RA 11573 and also in other cases like years of Malabanan versus Republic and Republic versus Pasig Rizal. So, yun po siya, ano. So, bawal po siya. So, ang nangyari, instead na bayaran nila yung milyon-milyones na utang ni Priya kay Central Bay by way of assigning a property, sabi na ng Supreme Court, magbayad na lang kayo. Bayad na lang kayo by way monetary, with interest. Alright, second case naman po tayo. This is actually case of Metro Laundry Services represented by Rowella Tindog and the Commission Proper and the Commission on Audit. So, ang story naman dito para hindi kayo mahirapan, Metro Laundry at saka COA. Yun na lang. Merong kasunduan ang Metro Laundry sa COA kung saan sila ang maglalaba ng mga gamit. Hindi ko alam. Basta yun na lang. Lalabahan nila yung mga gamit ng COA. Dumating doon sa end of the contract. Pero kinuha pa rin ng ating COA yung Metro Laundry Service without contract but it was extended. So okay na yun. The next time na naman na umabot naman sila doon siguro sa another end of the contract, nag-extend na naman siya ulit. Hanggang sa napapansin ng ating Metro Laundry Services na parang lumulobo na yung mga utang ng ating COA. So, siningil ng ating Metro Laundry Services ang ating COA. Alright. Sabi ng COA, wala tayong kontrata. And then, nung nag-file ang ating Metro Laundry Services na magbayad, bayad ang COA, first, inadmit ng COA na ni-recognize nila na meron talagang agreement si Metro Laundry at saka si COA dati. At saka kinuha sila after the expiration of the contract. Tapos after the succeeding, ginamit na nila yung dispute nila na ang COA wala daw silang kontrata sa Metro Laundry Services. Kaya kayo, yung mga nanonood right now, is very important for you to make a contract. No matter how big or small it is, no matter you are close with your friend, no matter how you are blood related to your kapatid, siblings, illegitimate siblings or step sister, step brother. So kailangan talaga ng kontrata. So yun ang issue dito, no? Ang sabi dito na ang issue natin, can a party be obliged to compensate under the contract on the basis of quantum merit regardless of irregularity? Bakit ito nangyari? First, ano ba yung irregularity dito? Dahil hinire ng COA ang Metro Laundry Services for the second and the third time, hindi na nagsingil si Metro Laundry Services ng kontrata o renewable contract. Wala lang, okay lang sa kanila na magpagawa sa Commission on Audit, umabot sa point na wala na, kumbaga puno na yung kanilang napuno na ang pasensya. So nung sumingil sila, ang COA, sabi ng COA, hindi kami magbabayad, wala naman tayong kontrata. So because there was no contract existing between those two, ano ang mangyayari? Kawawa naman ang Metro Laundry Services. Kaya dito tayo papasok sa quantum merit. Ayan. Quantum merit is very common sa obligations and contract. Actually, this is obligations and contract. It's an obligations and contract, no? For example, sa obligations, specific performance, collection of sum of money, pwede din contract of service, yan, pwede din yan. Or example, yung mga contractual obligations, especially yung mga, example, mga painter, mga karpintero, yan po. So, of course, walang kontrata. So, kailangan, magbase pa rin tayo ng quantum merit. Ayan. So, ang sabi dito sa case ng Metro Laundry Services, no, sabi ng ating Supreme Court, there is no novelty in the issue of satisfying a claim for contract of service entered into by the government which is considered void due to patent violations of mandatory rules and regulation. Now, assign natin yung second. We have consistently sustained the grant of compensation to contractors who have entirely or substantially accomplished their obligation under the contract on the basis of quantum merit regardless of any invalidity or irregularity in its procurement. Now, when the payment is based on quantum merit, the amount of recovery should be reasonable value of the thing or services rendered regardless of any agreement as to the value. Bakit? This is also apply in the case of unjust enrichment. Hindi porket walang kontrata ay of course ma-enrich na yung receiver. In this case, yung COA pinapalabang sa Metro Loan tapos hindi mo bayaran. That is wrong. Sabi ng Supreme Court, they recognize the contract on the basis of quantum merit. Ibig sabihin, kahit walang kontrata, pero nag-effort naman ang ating Metro Loan Services, nararapat lang na ang COA ay magbayad ng reasonable amount doon sa effort na ginampanan at saka ginawa nila. Ito, last, no, according sa case ng Melchor vs. Commission on Audit, sa Hieronimo versus COA sa 2018, quantum merit literally means as much as he deserved. Under this principle, a person may recover a reasonable value of the thing he delivered or the service he rendered. So, ay pag sabihin dito, no, kumbaga as much as he deserved. This very applicable din kasi yung quantum merit din sa mga lawyers. Pag nag-i-effort yung ating mga abogado, tapos walang kontrata, tinitingnan lang naman yung kung ano yung applicable rules, applicable na pambayad sa kanya kasi nag-effort naman yung tao, di ba? So, of course, dyan papasok yung ating quantum merit in the absence of contractual agreement. So, I think that's all, no? Maganda yung topic natin about sa contractual sa ating quantum merit at saka doon sa case of public domain, no? Na insofar sa private corporation. So, yan po. Medyo mabilis. Pero mabagal pa rin. Anyway, maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood po for today po. No? Tomorrow po, sikapin po natin pong mag-live ulit. Again, inyo po. Ito po ang inyong kuya sa batas po. Nagsasabi sa inyo na mahalin nyo ang inyong asawa dahil sila po ang tunay na batas. Bye-bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, attorney marks. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks. He's blowing up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Marks. He's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Marks. He's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post. They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other.